Hi everyone, it's Jessica Beacon here, and I'm in for my second video of Doki Doki Literature Club. I just want to thank everyone for watching it. Obviously, I know that I don't get a lot of views, but any views that I do get, I really appreciate it. So yeah, thank you so much for everything. I just wanted to do a little bit of a longer one today. I want to get a lot of the backstory and all like the like filter at the front that sort of just like leading up to what's sort of coming. I wanted to get as much of that out of the way as I wanted to. I don't really want to do two smaller ones coming up. I wanted to just do one big one, get it out of the way, and then we can get into the really spooky, creepy, freaky stuff that comes up in the next couple of episodes. So yeah, so thanks everyone for the support that I got in the previous video. I'm going to start uploading twice a week. I'm going to do it on Tuesday and Friday, and I'm also going to start Twitch streaming. So I definitely am starting to gain my confidence in doing this. I'm not perfect. Obviously my accents aren't great, and I am still trying to figure out my acting and keep the voices the same, but I am struggling. Yuri is the only one that I'm finding that I'm doing okay with, but then every now and then she turns British. I don't know why. I don't know, okay? Don't judge me there. But hey, thank you. If you're watching this, thank you. I really appreciate it. So we'll get into it. We'll try and get this fluff out of the way, get the story out of the way, and then we can get to the really creepy stuff coming up. So thanks guys, let's go. Oh, come on. It's not like he deserves any slack. Sarah told me you don't even want to join any clubs this year anyway. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, you won't hear the end of it. It's like, calm down, hon. It's like, Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the classroom. She's like, what? Why would you say that? Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. It's like, yep. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. I always give the best advice as long as he's having fun. He helps me with the busy work without even asking, like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. So what? How come? You and Jessica become good friends too. No, I can't. Sayori. As usual, Sarah seems oblivious to the weird situation she's put me into. Again. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori? Me? Yeah, no, not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sarah made me sound like a big deal, but it's really not. What do I do? Sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess it means up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. It's cool. It's cool. First of all, I wasn't kind of expecting anything in the first place, so nice gestures, pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy, no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal out of it if you don't want it to be. Oh, alright. Well, here. Yuri reached into her bag and pulled out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked a book that I thought they might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is how this is actually being cute. She even picked out a book that she thinks I'd like, despite not reading much. Yuri, thanks. I'll definitely read it. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to get off the schedules for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sarah and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her tense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki rubbing around the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I feel bad for distracting her from her reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent me. More than that, it seems to be the first few pages. She's like, crap! I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, her eyes lit for a split second. She's like, oh no, what do I do? That only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I'm out of this, making her feel uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm rereading a bit, so that's the book you lent me, right? I wanted to read some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you got 2 copies of the same book? Well, I stopped at the bookstore yesterday. That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Cool. I see. That's normal. Yep. It's fairly obvious that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about, anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Mark Love. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison, and while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it's going to be a nice story that was dark turn out of nowhere. Yuri gave a giggle all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy this kind of story, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just those kinds of stories. They challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again! I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then, but I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writings fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. She sounds like me, I swear. Like, she's just me. Like, I say sorry all the time for no reason, and I get into my own head, and I am Yuri. That's creepy. Except I don't have her cool voice, because I really reckon that every time I try to read her, I want to put on a British accent. I don't know why, but I just think Yuri's slow British accent, it just suits her. that I really don't need you to worry. It just means you're passionate about reading. It's the least I can do is listen. I mean, it's really not hard to listen to somebody. It is a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might get started reading it right away. You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you were saying you're looking forward to it. Should I say that? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieve the book that I just got in my bag. Alright, it's fine. I'll just sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah? Why are you sitting next to me? you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in the company with somebody. Sad. I see. Well, tell me if I end up distracting you or something. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. As soon as I understand what Yuri means about reading in company, it's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Oh, sorry. I wasn't looking, I swear. Yuri, you just really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Oh, it's me. There, this should work, right? I slide my desk up until it's against Yuri, then I hold my book between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closed her own book. We each one lean over a little bit, our shoulders almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess it makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes the left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm, on the right side of the book. That way I turn the page. Yuri slides it under her thumb, after I flip it to the side. But in holding it like this, we'll huddle it even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. What did you think? Sorry. I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face and our eyes meet. I don't know how I would keep up with her. That's okay. You're just not used to reading, right? I don't mind being impatient if it takes you any longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. Yep. We continue reading. Yuri can no longer ask me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she's finished the page before me, so I turn with my own volitation. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning a page feels almost like it's an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it with her own thumb. Thumbs are incredibly lovely. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things she says and does, like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see in your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of your own mannerisms. I see. She's like, what? Yuri remains silent for a moment. But that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I mean, more meant that it's kind of cute. She's like, don't call me cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? And then Monica's like, okay, everyone, enough. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have time if we wait too long. Why do I give her like an American accent, I swear? Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kinda down. I'm sorry if you've been looking forward to this. Oh, it's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from her book, causing it to close into my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have much. I guess I don't have too much of preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little bit more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a little bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of when I left the book and slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write the poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't we find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is a little wrinkled sheet of loose leaf from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Okay, so we're gonna pick... Let's go Yuri first. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. And because, you know, I didn't write it for you. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? I didn't quite hear you. Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's gonna hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Yeah? That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? She's like, what? Yuri stares at me blankly and looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant... Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traced her finger along the words in the poem, breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style they separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds a train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, there's not something you can be blamed for. There are many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the clubs gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri apologizing herself to me or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as a rare opportunity for her, which is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. I'm gonna do it in her voice because you know it's hers. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet is to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calms, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. She's like, did you like it? Did you? I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. You're kidding me, alright? That's terrible. Have you seen my handwriting? I'm left-handed, okay? Whenever I write, it smudges the whole way because I'm writing and then my hand comes over and smudges it. It looks like an absolute mess. And it's like, that's the prettiest handwriting I've ever seen in my life. If I could have had that, I'd be so happy. Yuri, what is wrong with you? Stop it. Give yourself a compliment once in a while. Okay? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Oh, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Huh? That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it was short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. To be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easier to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did glance over it, after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in a last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of her past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah, if anything, I probably learned a thing from you. You think so? Do you? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep doing my best for you. Me too. Okay, alright, let's go Sayori, because she's my best friend. This is a good poem. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. I'm the kind of guy who's like writing poems in his spare time. I guess you're right. But that's why it's impressed me. I can't do a voice, seriously. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention that I'm standing right in front of you in the classroom. That's not, that's not anything. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but it doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know. Trying new things like this for other people. That's something only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motives here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason that I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that one then. Yay! Now, if you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Well, we'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out to play? Are you trusting me to wish away the rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I'd sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sayori, this is just, I guess, but, did you wait till morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can't just answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah, I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially the last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late for school, it's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyways, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Oh, yeah. But next time, I won't forget. And I'm going to write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. Okay, so Natsuki time. If you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. What, you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, at least put effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the poem you wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'll tell you what to improve, but just better off trying again. Fair enough? Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah, I told you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced I won't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing is all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't that point of people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any more valid. Yeah, exactly. Like when it's easy to read, it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice things about simple writing is to put more weight on the wordplay. Like I set it up for a rhyme at the end, but then I made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did, I guess, more went with than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. I didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but now if he's feeling proud, then I won't take it away from her. And then it's just Monica left. Just Monica. Hi, Jessica Megan. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. I'm glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we could do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring them up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until we're more settled in. Anyway, I want to share a poem with me. It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry. We're all getting a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier we have to learn to get past soon. Yeah, I guess so. I hand Monica my poem. Great job! I was gonna go ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I expected from you to go something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easier for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That's why. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. Haha, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? I know. That's why I wrote it. Writing is full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayuri, who uses simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it, or just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze it of the nuisance. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuring Yuri has had at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near a level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I end up trying different things a lot. I could take a whole while before comfortable feeling doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find a style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kind of style, but it always helps to find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. About that. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. It doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Okay, hole in a wall. It couldn't have been me. See, the direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside from a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas already scored to a permanent copy of their meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. He was the other side, looking in. So, what'd you think? It's very, free-for-all. That's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Haha, that's okay. Yeah, the style hasn't gotten pretty good popular nowadays. That's it. A lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and rhymes. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not really sure how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany, really. It's been really influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's always coming on too strongly. Maybe everyone's better off friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixed on a specific point. If you try to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about this, if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big, dark puddle of ink. So move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening. Phew, I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone was judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they were being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I end up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. And as they read in tandem, I watch each of them expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration, while Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you just say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to Death One Hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yuri's is cute. Cute? Did you just completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. It was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would ask someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and he liked it too. And based on that, I gladly give you suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something that's particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And he liked my poem too, you know. He even told me I was impressed by it. Natsuki stands up. Oh! I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Huh? That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that he appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? And how do you know I didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I wouldn't deliberately go out my way to make everything I do look overly cutesy. Is everything okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as he started showing up. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little, This doesn't involve you! I don't like fighting, guys! Suddenly, both girls told me as if to notice I was standing there. Jessie and Megan. She's trying to make me look bad. That's not true! She started it! She could just get over herself and learn to believe that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out of the reader, not forcing her to figure it out. Help me explain that to her. Wait, there's a reason why we have many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meanings most effectively. Avoiding them is only unnecessary, limiting yourself, but it's also a waste. You understand that, right? Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. Whoever I'm agreeing with, they're probably going to think highly of me. And of course that's going to be, Sayori, help! Natsuki! Natsuki glares at me, drying up at my words I had in my mouth. So I said I turned to Yuri. Yuri? Yuri's expression is so defenseless, I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori, help! Yeah, everyone's fighting and it makes Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you're making your friend feel like this? Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes— Stop! Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are like my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint such beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone is so talented. So why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki is cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big and beautiful. Sayori stands up triumphantly. Monika stands up behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president, I whisper to Monika. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off a good leader and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that means Sayori is amazing in her own way, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see yourself get hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monika smiles sweetly, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you feel about sharing poems? It was lots and lots of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. How about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow, and maybe we'll learn something from your friends too. So your poems will always turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a lot of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing the ones I want to impress. I nod to myself with a newfound determination. He is filled with determination, people. Ha. Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I spent this much time together. I really can't say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. Huh? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they make good friends with you. Phew. You know, it's nice I get to spend time with you at the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone else makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. Sigh. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught the kind of situation that I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Well, I guess I can see what the future holds, Sayori. Pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, now it's time to write the poem again. So, we gotta try and get Yuri. So, despise, agonizing, disaster, graveyard, unrestrained, broken, that's Sayori of course, pleasure, I always go for that one, vivacious, existence, good, after image, misfortune, oh crap, tenacious, precious, imagination, disorientated, shame, secretive, disown, aura. The aura would be a nice one, wouldn't it? Hey guys, so just a quick little thing. This is going to be actually put into 2 parts. I recorded this one with the intention of putting up as one big one, but it ended up being about an hour and a half. So I'm going to do this one as a half an hour one, and then I'm going to do the next one as an hour one. I do want to apologize. I really am trying to do the best that I can. It's really taking me out of my comfort zone to do this. I'm obviously struggling a little bit, but the more I do it, the better I'm getting. So I really hope that I can sort of continue and to get better, and you know, in the end maybe I'll be good. I mean, I guess you can't really start and be great in the beginning. Like, we're not all like perfect, and obviously I'm trying to build my way up to being that. So yeah, so I just wanted to just say that, you know, I'm trying my best and I am gonna get better, and I feel like I'm getting better, and so I hope that in the end you can probably see a huge difference, a huge change in how I sort of do everything. But you know, don't let that put you off. You know, I am really enjoying doing this. So I'm going to make this little one, it's the half an hour, and then the next one that I'll upload on the Tuesday, so next week on Tuesday I'll upload, which is the hour long one. That's where like it ends just before it starts getting really into it. So this one here is just kind of like a small little one, just sort of to keep getting into it, and then next one will be a big one, and then after that it gets into the really more creepier side. So hopefully then I've sort of got a little bit better as well, and my voices are definitely evolving. Like, I'm not, you know, like I'm not one of the big ones that sort of are able to do this like at a drop of a hat. This is like my first time. So yeah, I just wanted to say, obviously I do see my faults, and hopefully I can slowly gain myself and gain my confidence to get better. So if you stuck it out with me, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, so if you like anything of this, subscribe. After Doki Doki, I will be doing probably Bendy and the Ink Machine, probably Visage, The Conjuring, things like that. Like, I like some horror, and I'd love to get my hands on, what's it called? It's that one where they have the Freddy's, Day Shifts at Freddy's or something, but they took them down. So hopefully they will come back up so I can do those, because they were pretty funny. So yeah, again, thank you so much for everything, and yeah, hopefully I'll get better. So thanks everyone for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.